Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars review. So today we're going to be looking at set number 75022, Mandalorian Speeder. This set includes 211 pieces and originally retailed for $24.99 back in August of 2013. Now this is yet another one of the summer Star Wars sets that I got back in the day based off Star Wars The Clone Wars. Really cool to see that they actually made this set in particular, where we get some pretty nice figures that we'll look at later on. Looking at the box art, you get your Yoda up in the corner as well as your Star Wars logo and those green colors from the time period. From the very back, you get some alternate looks at the model and also your characters. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for the box. So let's take a look at the instructions. Looking at the instructions, we pretty much mimic the front of the box. Going to the very back, we get the Win Kid for the time period. You can flip right open to a quick LEGO Club advertisement, an advertisement for LEGOStarWars.com with one of those codes. We also get an advertisement for some of the sets available at the time period, and out of these I only have I think 2 or 3 of these left to review, those being the Duel on Geonosis, the ATTE, and then this one up in the corner. From the following page, we get another very nice shot of the Republic gunship, one of my favorite sets from this wave, and then we flip right open to the piece count for 2 more pages, leading to the final overall model for this set. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for the instructions, so let's take a look at our minifigure selection. Looking at our very first minifigure, we have Darth Maul in this Clone Wars style. Really cool to see that LEGO made this minifigure exclusive to this set. He is dual wielding 2 accessories, one being his regular red lightsaber, and then the other one being the dark saber, which is also quite interesting to see them represent that just with a black stick piece. It'll be interesting to see how that looks in the summer wave. We get a few new molds when it comes to the legs, where we get the 2 molds for the legs using the clip piece connection to connect up to the body, which you can also see how that's connected by removing the torso piece. There's a quick look, just like a normal minifigure, and we get the clip piece connection so you can move those legs back and forth. We also get some arm printing, which is not really something that was necessary, but I'm happy that they included that. There's a look at that from both of the sides, and then we also get the printing for the main torso right there, front and back. We also get the one facial expression using the Clone Wars style eyes, which was what they were doing back in the time, which is fine. And then we have the head attachment for his spikes, which is another really cool piece that LEGO made back in the day, which they're still using. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for Darth Maul. Now for the next 2 minifigures included, we get these Mandalorian Super Commandos, which both include different facial expressions. I'm kinda confused as to why, but you know, it's fine. It's nice that they gave us 2 different exclusive characters. So looking at the printing on these characters, we don't get any leg printing, we don't get any arm printing, we only get the printing from the front of the torso. And I also really like the rust that they show from the very front of that. That's also quite nice. We get an under the neck accessory for the jetpack inside that gunmetal gray color. We also get that same color used for the helmet, where we also get that same type of printing, which also looks really cool, like the paint smear for like the hand on the top of the helmet. I think that looks really nice, and you can also remove that to take a look at the facial expression, again using those Clone Wars style eyes and more of a facial expression that we saw in the Mandalorian Battle Pack. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for this first one. Now for the next character, I thought I'd remove the jetpack so then you can take a look at the back printing included on these characters. There's a quick look at that. We get the same torso, we get the same legs being used between these 2 characters, and we get different facial expressions. So there's a quick look at the facial expression for this one, and the facial expression for the other one. You can see like the mouths are somewhat different, and also like the eyes and expressions. So there's a quick look at those 2 side by side. So yeah, that's all for our Mandalorian Super Commandos. Now looking at the build for the Mandalorian Speeder, I think it turned out alright. It is a little bulky in some places, but overall it's an interesting model. I love the color scheme of the dark blues mixed in with the regular light gray, dark gray, black that we see for a lot of other Star Wars vehicles. We get a lot of different slope pieces for a lot of the angling, and we get a few stickers from the front and also from the back over here on these slope pieces just to add a little bit more extra detail. Some of my favorite building techniques in this set include from the very back over here where we use these window elements onto the side. I think that's really cool how they use the clip piece connection for that angling. That's really clever of LEGO back in the day. We get another different type of clip piece from the very back where you can lift up this area as an extra place to store some weapons. You can store both of the lightsabers you get for Darth Maul right there. We also get some clip piece connections up here for the guns that you get with your Mandalorian Super Commandos. We get another sticker from the very front, which isn't really anything too special. I'm not really too sure what that's supposed to represent, but I love the angling right there from the very front of the cockpit. We get some of these hinge pieces there, and also from the very front for that angling as well. I also really like that we get a pretend gun from the very back. You can move that up and down using the pin piece connection and pretend to fire at your enemies. Now, one of the hidden features in this set right underneath the vehicle, you can see this a little bit if you actually bring this part up a little bit. You can see that we get these flick fire missiles from the very bottom. Now, how do you shoot these off is the question. You might notice that we have these little clip bars going on over here. All you gotta do is push like this, and it'll shoot it out into the distance, never to be found again, though it isn't really as strong of a shooting mechanism. Maybe if you bring that up a little bit, it might work a little bit better. There's a look at that. Still not as strong, but it's fine, and it doesn't go very far, which, you know, is not something to really complain about. And finally, just wrapping up my thoughts, I thought I'd place both of the Mandalorian Super Commandos into the vehicle. Not only do we get two areas from the very back that allow the characters to sit with their jetpacks, but we get one from the very front of the vehicle where you can actually place the legs on some studs right there. I think that's very clever that LEGO decided to include that. And we get an area from the very back for you to stand the other one if you want to have him man the gun from the very back. And now when it comes to the placement of Darth Maul, he doesn't really get a place in this vehicle. I guess you can make him steal it if you really want to, but he's just running alongside fighting these characters on the planet of Mandalore. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, what your thoughts are on this set. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you know every time I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!